host, Tia Carol Jones. I'm here today with Anthony McCaskill. Um, Mr. McCaskill is a candidate for Mayor of Harvey.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Harvey, 48 years. Married to my beautiful wife, Dr. McCaskill. We have 4 children and 4 and almost 5 grandchildren. In March, we'll have another granddaughter. So I've been in the community my entire life. I've sat on a couple boards, elected boards. So is my wife and also my children. So we've been investing in Harvey our entire life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that leads into my first question.
Yes.
Why did you decide to run for Mayor of Harvey?
So I ran for Mayor of Harvey before,
Okay.
came a little short, but my passion has always been to serve. So the conditions of our community, as everyone knows, whether it's murder rates or crime within itself, I really didn't want to run at first, but a lot of people came to me and said, hey, we need your guidance, and the residents are going to get behind you. And so we decided, after many, many nights of prayer and long thought, my wife gave me permission to run. So we're running to just better our community. We're both born and raised in the city of Harvey, along with our children. So we just want to do what's right.
Okay. What experience do you have that aligns with running for public office? You kind of went into it, but can you expand a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a small business owner. We have a automotive detail shop, and we build custom motorcycles. I have a paralegal firm downtown Chicago. We have one of the largest African-American owned and operated lawn care services. I am the treasurer and the HR director for the Village of Dixmoor, where I oversee employees and also make sure that the budget and the finances are in order, that we're on the upward movement. I'm the former president of the Harvey Park District. When I was there, we had a $4.3 million deficit, and we were able to raise, not just eliminate that deficit, but when I left out of office, we had a $275,000 surplus, and that's within a 3.5 year span. I'm currently on the Harvey Public Library District, where I sit as the chair of finances, and doing the same thing I did with the Harvey Park District, getting their finances in order. So I have a huge history of making agencies or businesses that are not in good standing to get them out deficiencies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You also have another title.
Also, I'm the chairman of the South Suburban Regional Black Chamber of Commerce,
Yes.
where we help small business owners, black small business owners, become more relevant in our times and days. After COVID really hit hard, a lot of the small black businesses suffered the most out of anyone. Even with the help from the federal government, with the PPP, that's only a small percentage of how to get your business back up and running. And so the networking capability that we have, to give you a prime example, all the different businesses I own, everybody that I do business with, network with, comes from referrals from that agency. So small black chambers, especially for the South Suburban area, is huge for getting our community and our small businesses back in order.
How have people in Harvey responded to your announcement to run for me? You said that you've had support.
So we just put in our petitions for candidacy, and the maximum to turn in was 298, and the minimum was 187. We had an overwhelming support with 3,182 signatures.
Wow.
If you look at the last election, 3,737 people voted. 3,773 people voted, and we've already hit the threshold of coming close, just getting signatures from the community. So a lot of people on board, a lot of people helping. We were able to, everyone who ran in the 2019 February primary, myself, Keith Price, former alderman of 6th Ward, Keith Price, the former chief of police, Greg Thomas, and Bishop Ronnie Lee has all aligned with our team to get the incumbent out. So we are all on the same page to move the city of Harvey forward.
What is your vision for Harvey when it comes to economic development, jobs, education, and infrastructure?
So that's a huge question, but when I talk about Harvey, you got to talk about, and when I talk to business owners, the first thing we talk about as a business owner is return on investment. So no one's going to come to your town and build or bring any type of revenue or business without being secure, right? So we've lost several things. We lost 2 Walgreens. We've lost Aldi's. We've lost so many different businesses in the city of Harvey because we can't protect their investment. So the number one thing that my focus is public safety, dealing with the police department, creating a better image so that people know that they're secure and safe. And one of my pie in the sky dreams is to have 6 police officers per ward per shift. So to give you a prime example, Harvey has 6 wards, and so we're talking about having 36 police officers per shift to be able to patrol and also protect the citizens, but also ultimately the business owners. They are the key to any community, because you can't put the weight all on the taxpayers, right? You got to have some type of a balance. Currently, Harvey's collection rate from the tax levy is about 43%, which is terrible, right? And so we're just trying to move forward to make sure that not just the residents secure, but the business owners feel like they're secure with our government.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said that you want 6
Yes.
police officers for every
Ward. Yes.
Which would be 36 police officers
Per shift.
per shift.
Yes.
Oh, per shift.
Per shift. So right now, there's a ghost of how many police officers we actually have. I've heard, things from people in the police department saying we got 30, we got 20. No one really knows. But if you can tell, just to give you a prime example, there's been over 80 plus murders, homicides in the city of Harvey, and our solving rate is less than 1%. So criminals, when you talk about criminal environment, criminal thinking, just doing some type of a study, a lot of people feel like that, A, if there's no police presence, we can do whatever they want to. B, if there's no lights, they can do what they want to. And C, if there are over 6,000 abandoned homes, so that you can, pursue your crime, that is, we are a magnet for crime, right? So you got 6,000 homes that are off the tax roll and vacant. Some of them are calculated. And so we just want to do what's best. But the one thing that we know for a fact, and I've been in Harvey 48 years, and I'm 48 years old, is that people just don't feel safe. So before we can even talk about bringing people in to better bring them in so that they can, use the school district and things like that. Yeah, the school district test scores and things like that to go up. But before anyone even wants to move to the city of Harvey, we just got to take care of the crime element that's in there and have an open and transparent government.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you intend to set yourself apart from the other candidates?
Just being honest, right? Being honest. My background in helping, not just as a community advocate, but a real voice for the people. So currently, the administration that we're dealing with has really crippled the African American and also the Hispanic community business owners, right? So all of the clubs, the stores that sell spirits, the liquor stores and things of that nature, they have been just targeted by this administration, and it's very difficult for you to pay your taxes if you can't collect revenue from your sales. So just being someone who is business friendly and letting people know that, hey, we're not here to hurt you, we're here to help you, but you also have to follow the law. Give you a prime example. One of the biggest pushes in the city of Harvey was, loosies, what they call loose cigarettes, and then also serving to minors. We're not going to stand for that. We're going to make sure that you do things the right way, but we're going to be a business, pro-business, pro-union, and pro-people administration. Yeah.
On day one, what will be the first thing you do in office?
Bring the best and brightest department heads that we can find, right? We have a slogan, Harvey's home, but we also have another slogan saying Harvey first. So we're going to look for those people who live in the city of Harvey to take these top jobs, right? There's some qualified and very talented individuals who live in the city of Harvey. And we're going to ask for them not just to come work for the city of Harvey, but also move back to the city of Harvey. So, for instance, police chief. There's no way we're going to pay a police chief who don't live in Harvey, right? So we're going to ask that police chief to move to Harvey. You have 6 months to move to the city of Harvey. Chief of staff, water department, fire department. Everything we do, we're going to look at Harvey first. Now, if we have to go outside of Harvey to get some qualified individuals, we will. But Harvey's going to be the first thing that we look for. And the other issue is that a lot of people are not really speaking about is this, how women, especially black women in our community, is being treated by the current administration. And I think one of the issues is that when you go home and you don't have anyone to help balance your life, which my wife always balances me out more than 2 or 3 times a day, we have to protect our women. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that we have going to the city of Harvey. And also we're going to ask that the men step up. No matter what color you are, step up, take care of your children, be a part of the community, because men and women together, right? We have a huge Hispanic population, a huge Arabic population, and a very huge black population. And so what we're finding out is that as I canvass the city and go door to door, it's a lot of people that are single family homes. And right now, the African American woman is the backbone of the city of Harvey. So we're going to uplift them. My administration is going to look like our community. So if we're 83% black, 15% Hispanic, and then others, that's how the administration is going to look. But we're going to definitely take focus on the African American woman, because they are the backbone, not just in the city of Harvey, but as you can see throughout the country. So.
You said that you've lived in Harvey for 48 years.
Yes.
What made you stay?
I can tell you that, right? So my mom and pops always pushed service, right? So I started in politics when I was 11 years old. 1983, the first African American mayor was elected, David Johnson, and I was there, passing out flyers. We didn't have really yard signs back then. They had maybe the sticks, but you put the little poster on. So I was involved in politics my entire life. I don't know. I just love Harvey. Harvey's home, right? So yeah, my wife and I, we got the credentials to go anywhere we want to in the country and in the world to be successful. But we just chose to stay in Harvey.
Where can people go to find out more about you and your campaign?
So we have a huge social media presence. McCaskill for Mayor, Harvey, 60426. That's on Twitter. That's also on Facebook, and that's also on Instagram. We have a website. We have a campaign office that we are going to start having opening up in a couple weeks, Monday through Friday, and then also Saturday hours. The campaign office is 15420 East Dixie Highway, Suite 8, and that's Harvey, Illinois, 60426. Our ultimate plan is to have a satellite campaign office on the east end of Harvey, so that those who don't have the necessary transportation can be able to come to, and see and hear from not just myself, but the other candidates that we're going to support in the upcoming election.
Before we wrap up, is there anything else you want our audience to know?
So, it's like everybody knows someone from Mississippi, right? So everybody knows someone from Harvey. What we're asking for is, and this is just not me pleading, but this is from the 3,186 people who signed my actual petition. We're asking for anyone who knows anyone in the city of Harvey, not just to vote for Anthony McCaskill because of who he is, but we have a great team that we're going to bring in, and it's a team of us. It's not me, and I'm not going to walk around with, armed security guards that's going to cost us $30,000 a year. I'm going to do what's right, because I feel like that people just need service. And one of the things I'm going to do with my mayoral salary, I'm gainfully employed, I have careers, and also have several businesses, is that my salary is going to go back to help those senior citizens, because what we're finding out is that, the high water bills, property taxes, the prices of grocery, and if they're fortunate to have a vehicle, the price of gas, we're finding out they're going to have to make a decision on what exactly they want to pay for. And so what we're going to do is help as much as we can. But my side is going to be throwing it back to those senior citizens that are single, that are 65 and older. I'm going to be responsible for paying their water bills.
Wow. That's huge. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Remember to make plans to join us again next week for Conversations with the Citizen, the place where real news can be heard.